Welcome everyone to a mobility stretching session with me. You can do this video either as a single unit in the mornings, in between where you feel you need some kind of gentle motion. You can also use it if you, after you did one of the other videos, if you joined the live training or some of the technique or the workout trainings, if you want to finish with something to focus on some stretching. We will focus on the hips today, the hip area and our legs. This is a very important area as well for the martial artists. Yeah, we use our hip for basically everything what we do. So the flexibility of the hip is really important for us. It's also really important for the people who might be sitting in a home office at the moment, sitting a lot, because there we have always bent hip flexors, so it's good to go in the opposite direction to stretch them a bit, to move everything through. So you can use a yoga mat if you have one. If you don't have one, it's no problem, but you might want to have a pillow or a blanket nearby you can use to cover your knees a bit when we go down. All right. Also for stretching, if it's after training or as a single unit, I like to start coming for a moment in a stable stand. Feet are hip width apart, flexible knees. Imagine the feet parallel to each other, toes pointing forward, and the knees, imagine they rotate to the outside. So you have tension in here and you think in the direction of an outwards rotation. Hips point forward, roll the shoulders back and down, lift the crown of your head and let your arms hang to the side. Okay, we take a bit wider stand then, bring the hands on the hips and we go for some big circles. We will have a bit of a warming up for the ones who did not train before, but also after training, it's nice to circle the joints a bit again, the direction, and go with the circles as big as you can go. And now we imagine a lying figure 8 we want to draw with our hips. So we go one direction, turn and go over to the other direction. And also here, change direction. And come back to center. A few more big circles. And lift your arms, lengthen your spine. This is also not either if you have trained or you sat a lot. Your spine will always be in some kind of a compression, so come out of it, stretch it, and then bring your hands towards the mat. Hang heavy here, let the head hang heavy too. Shake and nod the head. And also here you can be flexible, rock a bit to the sides. You can move your shoulders. And then really Get off all the tension, bring your hands towards your elbows and hang. Stay flexible on your knees here. And release your hands, bring your hands on the mat. And we step one foot back. And we have the hands on the inside of our foot. Our back leg the knee is off the mat. And here we go for some big circles with the whole body. If it's too much to hold up the knee all the time, you always have the possibility to place it on the mat and to go for your circles from here. With either options, go for the whole range of motion you can find there. And change direction. Really go big. And come back to center then. Bring your knee down on the mat and your upper body up and push your hip forward from here. We also bring in the arm on the side, our leg is standing back, and we reach over to the other side. You should feel a light stretch over your whole side. So starting from the hip, going all the way over your ribs into your arm. And slowly get out of it. And from here, bring your front foot on the outer edge of your feet and bounce a bit, go in the stretch. And come back to center and sit back from here on your heel. Go as far as you can. Either you can completely sit back on your heel, maybe you can just go until here. Everything is fine. Now just feel the stretch here, and wherever your maximum is. I'm also a bit stuck on this side of my knee. You bend forward over your straight front leg. And from there you get back up, you come forward, push the hip forward, and you lean back. And you repeat between the positions, coming back and forth. You can add, when you come forward, to open the chest, deep breath in, go as far forward as you can go, and then you breathe out. You round the back, your arms go forward, and you sit back. And breathe in, come back forward, and repeat a few times. Choose a speed which feels good to you. It's just about the mobilization, the stretches in between. At the same time, you move through the whole spine area, opening and rounding. And come back to center then. Bring your hands back down on the mat. And we swap sides. Left foot goes to the back And the right leg, the right foot comes next to our hands. Hold a moment here, sink into the stretch with your hip, and then also here you start the circles. And change direction. And then you come back to center. You place your back knee on the mat. And bring up the upper body and push forward. Feel a stretch over the hip flexor. And then you can add bringing the arm over to the other side. For a complete side stretch on the left side. And coming out of it. And hands go back on the mat. Bring your front foot on the outer edge of your foot. The knee goes out to the side. You can move in the stretch. You don't need to stand still and stiff. And come back to center. And from here, same game. You sit back on your back heel, or you go in the direction too, and you bend forward over your straight leg in the front. And come back up and get to the front. Push the hip forward. Open your chest. Your arms can go back. Your eyes can go up to the ceiling. And you go back again. Round the back. Lean over the straight leg. And go back and forth. And especially when you sit back, watch out, you go gentle, that it's not too much of a sudden movement for your knee. Now the Muay Thai people might also know this movement from the White Crew dance, which is, White Crew is also a form of warming up and getting mobilized. And come back then, hands go back to the inside of the foot and step the foot back, and we come in a stand on our feet, on our hands. The tailbone is the highest point. You can move your hip side to side from here. And then you bring out your right leg and bend the leg. Bring the hips on top of each other. Have a look underneath your right arm. And you go for some big circles with your knee from here. Change direction. And come back straight, and then you bring your knee in and you lay your shin underneath your body, your back leg goes straight behind you. And we go for a hip stretch, hip opener. Please make sure your hip is in alignment here. Your hip stays parallel to the floor. You don't fall more down on one side than the other. And from here you can walk your upper body down, and if you can completely lay down here. Rest your head on the mat, on the floor, and to really try to get some relaxation in the pose. We will hold it for quite a while, so try to make yourself comfortable here. We are stretching very big muscle areas, so it takes a while until we really reach them and get a full stretch of the area. So be patient here and hold for a little longer. Whenever you feel it's getting a bit too much, you can always come up a bit with the upper body, and then you can either stay there or you try to get back down. So if you feel a lot of tension in this pose, where you feel you cannot stand it, try to be not stiff, but be a bit flexible, adjusting to your body. Stay 30 more seconds. And then slowly come back up. Walk your hands back in, and from here you walk over to your sides with the hands and taking a look back. So we have a bit of a different angle to reach the area we want to stretch. And come back to center. You can walk your back leg a bit further in. You can place your right hand in your midline and you bend the back leg, and with the left hand you reach the foot. And really grab your foot here, not only the ankle, we also want to stretch the foot. release. Foot goes back down, the hand goes back on the mat. And we want to bring this bent leg we have underneath us, we want to bring from here directly back up. And from there, draw some more big circles with the whole straight leg. And change direction. And step it back down. Again, rock your hip side to side. And then we go over for the other side. So the left leg goes up from here. We bend it and bring the hips on top of each other. Also here again, it's a stretch of the whole side of your left side. And start drawing your circles with the knee from here. And change direction. And turn your hip back straight and bring your leg underneath you. Place your shin down on the floor, your other leg goes straight back. Watch out, your hip is straight here. It's in alignment, in one line with your mat. And then walk your upper body down from here. And again, we're gonna hold a little longer here. Get comfortable. Place your hat somewhere on the mat or on your hands, on your arms, wherever it's comfortable for you. And try with every breathe out to relax the muscles, to go into the stretch and to release the tension you hold. If you have the time and the energy, both sides, you can pause the video and always hold this pose a little longer if you want to do so. You can really hold 3 to 4 minutes if you want. And especially for the martial artists, you will, if you do this pose regularly, you will really feel an improvement in your kicks. Now we go for 30 more seconds. So we have 2.5 minutes. Okay, slowly get out of it. Walk your hands back in, and also here, we want to walk over to both sides to get the different angles. And back to center. Walk in a bit, place your left hand in your midline, bend your right leg, and grab your right foot with the right hand. And adjust a bit to your level of flexibility. For example, I felt I can put my knee a bit more back, so I try to slide over the mat, or I release again, put the knee more far behind me, and then guiding the foot in. So really feel a stretch over the hip, feel a stretch in your quadriceps. And release. Bring your hand back on the mat, and also you want to bring the bent leg directly back up. So step up your right foot, bring your left leg up. We want to draw some big circles. Change direction. And step the foot back down. Shake the hip to the sides. And place your knees on the mat then. Come on your knees. Bring your hands on your back. Your fingers point up and push your hip forward. Chest opens and your elbows pull towards each other. And get out of it. Okay, come in a seated position and lay back from here. And you're bringing your knees to your chest, and then grab the outer edges of your feet and let your knees fall down to your sides and push the feet down. And release. Come up and let your knees fall down to the sides. Okay, so that's it from me for today. As I said, I think it was like 30-minute session now. You can use as a single session, or you can do it after your workout, after your technique training, as a cool down, as a stretch. Yeah, as I said, for the martial artists will be very beneficial to improve your kicks. We might have another session on the hip flexibility, because I think it's very central thing to work on, especially for the Muay Thai people, but also the other martial artists, and also the people sitting a lot. These were some of my absolute favorite exercises for hip mobility and deep stretches. I find them very beneficial, and yeah, so have it as often as you can, and Enjoy! See you next time. Take care.